Hello and welcome to today's session. Welcome everybody. Just want to make sure that you can actually hear me. So um, let me just get into the comment section and let's see who is with us today because I know there are a huge number of many people in the house today. So welcome everybody. I can see Reed straight away out the gate. Ali's in the house. Woohoo! How you doing, Mr. Sawyer? It's always a pleasure. I wasn't here last week, but yes, it is sunny in London, and more importantly, it's that hot. I am literally melting from over here in the UK. So it's very red. Welcome to Sun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got Dean in the house. Craig, Patty, Rodolfo, Christine, AI World, Bosie, Nimrod, Asma, and many, many, many more. So welcome everybody. Thank you again for joining today. Today is the 2nd of the 5th. As we know, we're kind of chasing. We're already halfway, well, technically halfway into the year, so it's quite scary as well at the same time. So, but welcome everybody. Thank you for everyone that's joining us right now. And today is today's going to be an interesting day because today we're going to be looking at some key elements or features when it comes to Artistly. More specifically, we are going to be looking at how to make thumbnails. Okay. Ads and banners all using AI. I think when it comes to thumbnails, and we haven't really covered it in great detail, and it's one of the huge elements of it. Thumbnails is it is such a huge thing when it comes to thumbnails. Believe it or not, it takes a lot of time and expertise to put them together, especially if you're doing this as a designer from scratch. And then more importantly, there's that link into also creating ads. Okay, banner ads or any kind of ad placement you want to run on social media. Why is this important? Because if you can imagine, if you were to present yourself, or maybe you want to create ads for a company or even your own product or services, this is something you can facilitate using Artistly. Okay, and one of the key things is that I really want to address now. You have to understand. Is that Artistly, it just keeps on proving. So sometimes even for me to keep track of all the updates, it is phenomenal, the progress it's making. And I hope everybody can see that there's so many updates that are going on. And, the way they're just getting pushed out. I mean, there's so much feedback that everybody gives about feature requests and things that they would like and things that they think could be beneficial. The team hears and the team tries their best to deliver those. And you'll see this as well, because there will be even more updated features that will be coming out. So welcome everybody. This is a live session, whether you're watching this now or if you're watching this on the replay. Welcome, and make sure you actually subscribe, make sure you like it. Let's get the algorithm out there, and make sure if you haven't already, go join the inner circle, the Paul Potter inner circle, where it boasts over 50,000 users also, so you can see some of the content, some of the material of training and information that gets shared, and strategies. So today, recap, we're going to be creating how you can create you can create high converting thumbnails. Actually, I put that on the screen. And ads and banners, precisely place text, and all the powerful tools in just minutes. Okay, so this will also give you an additional element if you're serious about scaling your business, or even part of it. This is definitely something you won't want to miss, as it is right up there on the screen. So what I plan to do is I want to structure this, try to keep this concise, because I understand sometimes when I do sessions, I can go on for hours, and sometimes it can be overwhelmed with the information. So I'm going to try a different approach today, where I'm going to try to structure it, make it more succinct. So anywhere down the line, if anyone wants any if they want me to expand on something, I'm more than happy to do it. But for the purpose of trying to make sure, we can keep this succinct and concise, make it much more easier to follow, I will try my very best. So I'll just put the link on the screen. You can see ponder.com/Facebook. So whether you're watching this on YouTube, maybe you don't have access to the group, this is a great place to start if you're considering venturing out on your online journey. So this is definitely something I would highly suggest for you to consider. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump straight into today's session. Now, I always do this, and I'm going to do it again. So first and foremost, if you're new to the platform, you're a new member, congratulations and welcome to the family. If you're an existing member, again, welcome. And, We absolutely love your loyalty that you have. Now, secondly, as you're starting, if there's any difficulty or any challenges you overcome, yes, I know it gets, posts can go into the Facebook groups, which is fine. We try to do our very best, but just in the instances anything ever gets missed, always make sure you also reach out to support. So that way, you're going to, we put more onus and make sure everything gets done and you are not missed, just in the cases if you are missed. So first and foremost, tutorials are all up to date, and you'll see a nice little breakdown there. Okay, summary. So this is a great place if you want to kind of hone in your skills and try to understand a little bit more about the functions and features. And please remember, yes, the features and the updates just keep going on. So it may occur in some videos that it may, you might see a little bit of a difference, but don't worry, we are on it. We are continuously updating and making sure we are covering all the features and making sure you are kept in the loop. But the main key here is that the customer training webinar portal. So on the same page, as you scroll down, you will see an abundance of live training sessions that also is accommodated by resource guides and all the relevant links and even the timestamps of the session that we do. So it's a great place if you want to further advance your training and education around using the platform, and also hones into other areas if you want to sell, even e-commerce, t-shirts, the digital part of it, even the physical part, etc., etc. So I'm not going to bore you with that. Yeah, you know where that is. Now, first and foremost, creating a thumbnail. Why is it important? I know why it's important. Well, I think I know why it's important. Let me know right now in the comment section, why do you think having a powerful killer thumbnail is really, really important for you or your client or your business? Okay, just think about thumbnails. Just let me know in the comment section, just to make sure that everybody's awake and you are with me here today. Just kindly let me know, why do you think it's important to have a killer thumbnail? Okay, some beautiful questions. Got Reed saying a thumbnail is a billboard for your services. We have Sandra to catch their attention. We have Mitzi saying it's the thing that makes them look at the video or scroll by it. Stop scrolling. Yes, the thumbnail is what makes us click to watch the video. It's a show front for your business. It speaks in terms of what you do, and the scroll stopping for clicks. So I must say, fantastic, congratulations. Every answer is correct. And essentially, in the type of kind of psychology, what they would say in marketing terms, like a pattern interrupt. It's to garner the attention of the viewer. Clearly, they will be online in YouTube and they'll be searching a specific search term. Sometimes it may not be they're specifically searching, but it depends on the algorithm of the content that they've been watching. They'll be pushed more of that content. Now, your job, especially if you're in marketing or an element of having a business, whether it's online or offline, you need to get eyeballs, meaning not physically get eyeballs from people, but your job in terms of your marketing campaign is to get as much exposure onto your video content as possible. It could not only be your content, it could be your client's content, okay, their videos. You could be doing a campaign for a client where you're going to increase their viewership. How do you do that? By making these small little changes, i.e. having a catchy, jaw-dropping, attention-grabbing thumbnail, okay? And the thumbnail will not only grab the attention of the user, but you can also incorporate what we call the hook. So the hook essentially might be either the text that you have that is hooking into the message of the video, but it's something that's going to interrupt the behavior of the viewer, and it's going to grab their intention, and they're going to want to know why. Okay, they're going to want to know more. So, we've got psychology. We can back it up by text and the psychology in the text that we do, i.e. the copyright and the hook. And then it will be also accommodated and supplemented by the images. So sometimes you'll see thumbnails, weirdly enough, that have text that is obviously geared towards the topic, but it's got some crazy image that sometimes it's not even related to what the thumbnail is about. Now, in those instances, yes, it can work. You can get somebody to click the link and they start watching it. But at the same time, sometimes if the message if there's a disconnect between the graphic and the text, it can create a disconnect where people get upset. They say, why did I come on this video? And it can affect credibility. So you have to find a nice balance. Now, one thing I would say, I'm not going to show you, but one thing I would definitely urge you or suggest, using free tools like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any other alternative are great places to start if you're not a copywriter. Okay, you can obviously use these free resources effectively and allow AI to become your expert copywriter. So remember, it's just about the prompt and ask it to lead and have it behave in such a way that it's an expert copywriter and it's going to craft you the perfect thumbnail text that then you can use and apply. So what we'll do, I'm going to show you a couple ways, but we'll quickly go through the application, find out how you can make these thumbnails, and I'm going to give you a number of options on how you could create that amazing jaw-dropping thumbnail. And then I'm going to show you some amazing hacks. Okay, I'm going to show you some powerful advanced strategies that you can deploy in creating those thumbnails. And the key thing is here, it's designed to save you money and time and headache. Okay, and I'm pretty sure everybody will agree to, you know, saving all of those. Okay, so first and foremost, let's jump straight into create design. We're going to now select Fast AI Image Designer if you're doing this. Okay, now funnily enough, you can, which we are going to look at thumbnails and ads and banners later on in the advanced section. So both sections will cover it. The Fast AI Image Designer section will give you a nice possibilities in terms of features, but the advanced section also can take your designs even further, far beyond the Fast AI Image Designer. Now, first and foremost, if you want to create a thumbnail, we've got a couple of options. I'm going to try my best to show you which ones are going to be the most optimized ways of you creating them. Now, before I even start, let me show you some designs that I was working on from a number of accounts to just give you an idea, okay? So as I scroll down, you're going to see some messy ones, but I just want to show you, you know, I was testing out different things. So, you know, it's all about learning, understanding what we can do and the possibilities. So here you can see everything that you're seeing here now, I did not create, but I modeled from other people. And I'm going to show you how we can take it to simple designs. Okay, you saw these simple designs. And you might be thinking, yeah, they're okay, but how can we take them even further? Now, check these ones out. Okay, so this was another way of now perfecting the recipe for the designs. Okay, so you can see we've got some children's designs. And can you see the difference just by understanding the prompt and the usability of creating the perfect thumbnail? And remember, I didn't need to go put text and do all the graphics. This was all done within Artistly. So that's the reason I want to show you within the dashboard itself, to show you that even the thumbnail that is on this YouTube video, right, was created by Artistly. It wouldn't make sense. Why would we create a thumbnail using third party if we got Artistly? So we practice what we preach. Okay, can you see all of these beautiful thumbnails that were all created within Artistly? Okay, just some examples which I want to show you how these were created and how you can get the best results using Artistly. Okay, so first and foremost, we've got the option of something called the AI design agents. Okay, now if you select AI design agents, step one, just down below, the third icon is called YouTube thumbnails. Okay, now we've got a couple of options here. We can either upload an image, so you have the ability of dragging and dropping an image or a thumbnail. Okay, maybe you have something already, or you can add a YouTube link. So why is this important? Now, this is extremely important, but it's such a powerful way of essentially not doing any work, in a sense. Okay, so what I mean by that is, and just quickly to point out, I know Reed is saying what best aspect ratio. Do not worry, we are going to cover this today. Okay, I'm going to show you the best aspect ratio in all, you know, that is suitable for desktop, and then we will look at also mobile, and I'll walk you through the entire process. Okay, so here, if I jump over to YouTube, okay, I'm just going to put in, like, you know, you put any search term in terms of what is the category or the market that you are going after. So say, for example, if you are going for the children's market, if you're going for dentistry, if you're going to doctors, if you're going to carpentry, if you're going to digital, physical products, e-commerce, it doesn't matter. The point is, once you put in your search term, you are going to be left behind, or you're going to be shown essentially videos. And now every single video here, they have some really beautiful thumbnails. Correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't you say? There are some really nice, clean thumbnails that people have expertly put together. And probably not only have they put together, it's probably cost them a lot of time and money. But fortunately for every single one of you, we don't have to spend a lot of time or money. It's so quick, and I'm going to show you how. So all I do, I come to the video. I'm not even going to go into the video. I'm going to right click. Can you see where it says copy link address? Oh, you weren't actually able to see this, but on my screen, you can't see it. But you know what? Let me click into the video, or yes, if I go to share, let's see share. Okay. If I go to share, you'll see I have a URL pop up. Okay. That's what we want. We want the URL of the video. This is the key part. I copy and I come back to Artistly, and where it says add YouTube URL, you can simply go ahead and paste that URL in there. Now, what we hope to do is select get thumbnail. And now, can you see that? Artistly has done all of the groundwork for me. Now, look, I can go and I can use third-party link. There's so many of them in Google where you can have tools that can extract the thumbnail for you automatically. You save it to your hard drive, you upload it where it says upload an image, and then you can go through this process. But can you see what we just did? We just went and got the URL for the video in question, and we pasted it, and Artistly is doing all the legwork for us. Once we've done that, I select generate prompt. Okay. And what we'll now do, we shall allow Artistly to work in the background and start trying to analyze everything. Okay. So there has been a few hiccups with this, but do not worry. Where I am now, I've got so many windows open, and sometimes with everything overheating, it doesn't go to plan. But you can see, look, we've got it done. Fine, fantastic. Now we have the prompt. This is the key part now. Okay. Now the prompt here is reverse engineering the thumbnail. So the image depicts a man with short light brown hair and a beard, wearing a white V-neck t-shirt, and he's got a background with featuring a $100 bill. The man's gaze is directed, blah blah blah. Now I can immediately go and create that thumbnail, or I want you to now understand that where it says game over, we can actually change the text. Anything within the speech marks, we can actually make those additions. We can make it our own text. So I want you to imagine, whether it's your own thumbnail you're creating or a client's thumbnail, you might not necessarily want to use the text that's already in there. You might love the thumbnail, you might like the graphic, but all you need to do is alter the text to make it more personalized for your own video and your message. So ideally, you're grabbing thumbnails that are congruent to the niche or the industry that you're in. Okay, that's why it's so important. So this will, like Reed has rightly said, this will not only increase speed, quality, and productivity. In turn, it will increase the profits that you make. Now, just imagine for yourselves or your clients, you could do this all day long. But let's go ahead and let's start generating. Let's see what we can come up with. Now, here's a key thing here. Always make a copy, okay? Make a copy of the prompt. But can you see where it says edit with the AI prompt? We could change the prompt and make the male into a female, okay, or gender neutral. It doesn't matter. You could change it where you could probably have an animal or a cat or a dog. So you can replace the person itself, and you can actually tailor make the design of the person just by the prompt. So can you see how powerful this is? That we're not just stuck. We don't have a rigid, okay, we don't have a strict, narrow, rigid prompt. We can expand upon the prompt, and we can cater it, or we can further enhance or design and sculpt it so we can have the character that we want in place. Okay. So for the purpose of this, let's just keep this really simple. And now Reed mentioned a very good point. What about the aspect ratio? Now, we've got a couple of aspect ratios here to choose from, which are going to be important. Okay. 16:9, which is great for thumbnails for YouTube. Perfect aspect ratio, 16:9. And then we have the 9:16, which is perfect for mobile. So just imagine your TikTok videos, just imagine your YouTube shorts, and just imagine Instagram, okay, those reels. So all of that has been covered for you. But I just another key thing is just remember when you're making these graphics and you've got the prompt, we can take the prompt, we can go head over to other features within Artistly, i.e. Perfect Text and Image Designer, and we can create all types of different aspect ratios, or we could do this within this. So we don't have to stick with a thumbnail style size. We're taking the image and we can make it applicable for banners, one by one posts. There's a whole variety of different aspect ratios, and I'll go ahead today and just show you. Let's churn out different styles, different sizes, just to give you a live demonstrations of how they would appear. And I would urge you as well, when you have time, go ahead and enjoy the process and create different styles and different aspect ratios. But for this, let's go ahead and do 6:9. I'm going to keep this as high quality, and let's go ahead and select generate thumbnail. Now, at the same time, I'll tell you another little bit of a method, right? So you can take the prompt. Remember, I made a copy of the prompt. I can go into text to perfect text enhance image, and I can make another version and see which one comes out the best, okay? And with that, I can change the lighting. I can make it more dramatic, change the perspective, change the mood, whatever I want. But I'm just going to do dramatic. I don't have to. It might affect it. It may not affect it. But this is something you can consider and you can test and enjoy with, okay? And now straight away, let's have a look at the original Game Over. And we have, look at that beautiful graphic, Game Over. That's it. So it has recreated that very thumbnail, okay, that we've just literally taken, and within less than, let's just say, I'm not going to say, if I was to do it without explaining all this, it would have taken me less than 30 seconds, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it would have taken us less than 30 seconds. But you know what I love more about this is that, can you see I created another version, didn't I? And you can see we've got another version, and it's slightly in the back. But you know what's more fascinating with this? That if you're not happy with your the outcome, say for example, if I'm not happy with this, okay, I can select regenerate, and we can go back into the prompt, and we can create another version of it. Now, at the same time, I want to highlight this is a key part, okay? Can you see where it says mirror magic? If I have a thumbnail that I don't have on YouTube, or maybe a client's given me, or maybe I have a graphic or a thumbnail I've taken from the internet somewhere, and I've got it on my computer that I think is absolutely amazing, that's something I want to model that I haven't seen anywhere else, we can also use mirror magic instead of the AI design agents. Okay, so we're covered in both respects. Now, this one I'm going to go ahead and select generate image. Okay. And we'll give another version of that. Now, at the same time, let's go ahead. Let's go back to the design agents. We go to YouTube thumbnails. Now, have I got any? Let me check. Have I got something maybe on my computer? Possibly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my files and let's see if I can find anything. Okay, yeah, I found something. So I've got this. I believe if I just drag and drop this here, let's close that. So this here is a thumbnail that I took from the internet, from YouTube more specifically. And well, some of you may be aware if you've got children. This was something called Super Simple. I think it's from some children, the songs and dance along. I'm just gonna go ahead and generate the prompt from that. Okay, at the same time, I'll just come back. Let's have a look. This one, he's got 124,000 views, and he's got a nice, beautiful thumbnail there. The same process, I can go to share. I can get his thumbnail, and I'll keep a note of that thumbnail. But this one has been done. So this one was the super simple kiddie style thumbnail. I come down to aspect ratio. I'm going to go by 16:9. And remember, where it says super simple, that's their logo. And essentially, this is where you would put, okay. Change. Super simple to my logo. Okay, we'll see if this goes ahead and works. Otherwise, we'll just simply copy it and we can go head over to the perfect text and image and do it that way. So let's have a look, and you can see, look, it's updated that section to my logo. So you can see really simple process just by using the edit prompt. So that way it's more specific instead of interfering with the entire prompt and the structure of it. Now, we are happy with the high quality and we want 16 by 9. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I keep a copy, generate thumbnail. And what I like to do, because obviously I can make unlimited designs, I'm going to head over to Perfect Text Enhance Image Designer, go to create from prompt, because I always like to make 2 versions, okay? And I go ahead and generate. That's it. And you can see this one, it looks even much more cleaner, okay? Now, what you can do, because sometimes, you know what? We have the very first one. This was really nice. If we have any issues, because sometimes you have to understand, you may have instances where, you know, text can be a little bit of a challenge. We can always go to the advanced editor section where we can grab the text and we can edit it, which I will show you very later on. Now, coming back, here are the designs we just saw for the children's thumbnails. Look, my logo design. So it's updated it for me. And you can see, look, this is these are really good, really simple, very easy to do. And just imagine if you were to start doing designs for these channels, you can see how simple this stuff is. Now, remember this gentleman's here, his thumbnail. I'm just going to go grab his URL. Same process. I come back into Design Agents. I'm going to go to add URL, get the thumbnail, and we will go ahead and check this out. Now now another key thing is I just want to highlight this. So if you see the image here, if you right click, right, because it won't show on my screen, but if you right click, you can actually save the image, the thumbnail itself, directly onto your hard drive. So if you want to be structured in a sense that, you know, if you're in a particular niche and you've collected or you want to collate thumbnails around that particular niche, because you know you could repurpose them at any point of time, you know, maybe you're discussing with the client that these are some examples that you found, would you like something like this, then you know what, it doesn't hurt to keep kind of organized in a folder on your desktop. Now I'm going to go and select generate prompts and read it saying wow. Okay, so here we have the prompt is now being generated. I'm going to go 16 by 9 and I'm going to go ahead and create that thumbnail. At the same time, one thing I like to do, as you know, I can go ahead and make another version because I can make unlimited versions just like you can. And what we'll do, and just kind of highlight, remember all of these, especially these ones, you know, it doesn't matter what designs you're making. You can see some of the ones that have been created. These are really high quality designs. Okay. Let's go. Okay, we'll give that a few moments to process, and I'll show. Okay, so don't get left behind. Okay, lovely. His one was don't get left behind. Okay, and we have one already that's popped up. Now let's just be honest. To do the background, to insert a subject, i.e. the man, okay, then insert a table with the laptop and then the text as well. It takes time, right? And here you can see this one's slightly faint, but we still have it. But I'm going to show you something even more interesting that you can do. So I want you to just imagine these are literally good to go, right? Let's do another one. Let's try to do another one. And I want to see if I can try to get a complicated one. Obviously, you have to be very cautious with the text, but let's go for it. Let's go for as complicated as we can, because I'm going to show you ways around of making updates if there are issues with text, okay? And there we have the image. We're going to go for generate prompt. So this is a really important point, okay? And rightly so. So when you create the image, we can take the image and we can go into the upscaler and update the quality of the image, okay? So don't worry about the resolution of it. We can always update it or upgrade it or adjust it accordingly. So this one I'm going to go by 16 by 9. I keep a copy of it, and let's go ahead and generate. Remember, all of this stuff, we can make edits, we can change it and make it more personalized for our own goals. So yeah, thanks for sharing. Not a resolution. So in terms of resolution, yeah, I mean, you can upscale the images, but it just depends because 2K, 4K, I think that's like playback resolution, like you have 1080, 1080, 1080, for example, HP, etc., etc. So, but if there's any time you need to update it, you can if you want to scale up. I'll check this out. Okay, so here was our original product and AI video. She's got a phone. Now, everybody, come on. How easy is this? Can everybody see what's going on? Remember, the text in the boxes, we can adjust, we can change everything, even whatever's in the image, we can make those adjustments. So can you see how stupidly simple this is? It's very like just having fun is saying, yeah, it is. And you know what? Let's go ahead and let's see if we can find another one. Okay. So this one looks nice. It's got a lot of stuff going on, but let's go ahead. Okay. And then I'll show you some alternative methods also. Okay. So we've got the URL, really, really simple. We go grab the thumbnail. You can have a copy of it and we go ahead and generate. So with complicated text, can we have a couple of layers, have a rectangle or circle, and then put the text on top of the shape block? You know what, Reed, you have asked a very important question, and I'm going to leave your comment up there so I don't forget, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and generate thumbnail because that's a really important question, and I'll show you ways how to mitigate that and how you can actually have freedom and flexibility of making changes. Okay. So say in the example, right? So we allow this to process. So questions like this: how can we find clients for such a service? So I would definitely recommend go to the tutorial section. We should have training around this: how you can find local clients, whether you're using Google, free traffic source like Craigslist, Facebook, etc., or even the fact that even you can do outreach to local businesses and companies. So. Yeah, there's so many options. So can you check this out? Okay, that was the original create digital products, and we have create products. Okay, and remember what we can do, because we made a version of or we captured the prompt. And even if you haven't captured the prompt, I'm just going to show you one more thing. So I'll generate. So anytime you're on your graphic and you forgot the prompt, just come here and check this out. Design prompt, we have it there. We have the prompt. So we can take the prompt, we can go back into the perfect text image, perfect text in hand image, okay? And we can make those adjustments. So we could head back into there, go to create from prompt, and we can start doing things. Okay, we can make those additions. So the moment I put it in there, you'll see now I've got the ability of either enhancing the prompt, or I can do specific enhancements where I'm talking about instructions to edit that prompt. Okay, or I can add stuff myself with my keyboard instead of putting things directly. So let's go ahead and let's actually, you know what? Let me try a different size now. Let's go one by one. So we'll give that a few moments to load, and we have another banner there. Look, create digital products, estimated revenue. Remember, everything that you're seeing in terms of the text, you can go back in the prompt and you can make changes and you can alter anything that you want. Now, with Mr. Sawyer, what he mentioned, can you, is there a way of doing layers? Let's see what we can do. Okay, so in terms of making those changes, what can you do? So here's a couple of ways you can do this. Okay, so see this graphic here now. Okay, if I have this graphic, maybe I want something behind it. Is there a way I can do it? I simply go to edit this image, and now it's going to redirect me to the advanced AI image designer. Okay, it's going to redirect me without having to do anything. Now straight away I can see the canvas is not full size. I just come into the settings and I just type in 1920 because that's the the large size essentially. and I can just readjust that like so. Okay, and now I have the issue of the text. Okay, the text is all static. I can't change it. Now I'll show you another little secret. What you can do, you can actually further enhance the image by simply going to the AI upscaler, and you can actually say improve the human element essentially of the photo. So we can actually whack up the quality of the photo whilst we're in the advanced section instead of going to the upscaler in the other section. So we can do a multitude of different scenarios here. Okay, but bearing in mind anything that you do want to update, or if you want to grab images, remember in the media section here we have choose from design. Everything that we've done, we already have it essentially ready to go. Now can you see the quality has further enhanced? Now coming back to Mr. Sawyer's question about adding things behind. Now, if I wanted to add like a shape now, that's a really good question. So if I want to add a shape, you can see I have a problem here, don't I? So I can't really add the shape because the text is simply static. It's formed part of the graphic. Now, if I send backwards, it's going to go behind. So if I move this image here, you can see the block is now behind. That obviously that's a problem. That's not what I want, isn't it? It makes no sense for it to be behind. So I'll send the image back, and there we go. Okay, so next, here's the I guess the secret. We need to do a little bit of fine tweaking, a little bit of work, which is fine because we know Artistically has done a lot of the groundwork for us. So what I can do, I can go to the text section here, right? Can you see text editor? And what we're doing, we're going to grab the text. Now, when we're doing this, we're just going to have to do this manually, which is not that much work, but we're going to have to now just slightly make those adjustments. And now we can play with the graph. We can update any text that we want, and we can shape and customize it as much as we want. Okay. So we'll give that a few moments. So you can see it's giving us the text, don't get left behind. And check this out. Now we've got the text here, okay? Okay, so we're gonna remodel this. That's not a problem. But now, check this out. Now I've got the possibility now of putting this here. Let's just say I have don't get lost behind. Check this out. Now if I add it back, let's see. Is it gonna go? Check this out. Now the text, I can now play around with the text. I put in as Arial. Let's go for the text. I change the color. Let's go for a yellow with black because it's a bit more bright, isn't it? And check that out. If I want, obviously, I can scale it up a bit. If I want, actually, with the whole block, I could just put this like that. So I just want you to imagine we can actually center all of this stuff. So just, you don't have to do this. This is one way. I'm just showing you how you could do it. But I'm just showing you how easy the process is. Okay, so I could center that, take that text, center it, and then center it. And then this text, I just change it. I can make it nice and white so it pops. And then this one, don't get left behind. Let's make this a quick red. Okay. And remember, you can also play around with the text. You can rotate it. You can adjust it any way you want. And even you can change the opacity of it. Not the image of this specific thing. Let's see. Let's see if we can make those adjustments. And another thing is, I want to really highlight this. Sometimes, with ads and when you're creating thumbnails, you'll probably see some of this sometimes. They'll put the whole section as black just to have that breakdown. And you can have here, look, your text like this, and then you can have your logo at the top if you have one. Or you could have artistically create an image that reflects somebody getting left behind, like falling off a car or running after a car. Okay. Now, let's be honest. How cool does that look? That does look like a vast improvement. I know this is just a very quick little addition, but if we want, we can bring in more different elements. I mean, we can make those changes any way we like. So say, for example, I get a little triangle, put one at the top, like it's a little hat. I can duplicate it, spin it around, like that, and put one at the bottom. Text, we can find something a little bit more like I guess signature. Something, yeah. Okay, that looks much better. And that could align up with the yellow text. Okay, the top, and then the bottom would be the red, just so it's unified. Now, if I want, even with this layer, I could duplicate it. I could add another layer like so, and we change the color to red. And then what we do, we move that back. See, we can move that back behind all the text. Oh, bring that a bit forward, and you can see we're just creating some partition now behind the graphic. Now, I won't, I'll try to keep this nice and clean for you, but I'm just trying to explain that we can make these powerful edits that you're not restricted. Any graphic that you have, we can come in and we can make those adjustments. It's just about, you know what, you don't have to be creative at all. Look, I just got a couple of triangles. I can try to look at other things and model them, and I can use I could technically use the graphics as is, and I just change the text. Very simple, very straightforward. And you see there is literally no learning curve. There's no real learning curve here. Now, say for example, we can do this with anything. We have that gentleman's picture there. Fine, we had some nice ones here. Let's go ahead and see if we can make those adjustments. Just imagine now we bring in this one. This is a new one. I don't know, will it extract? Let's see the text. Is it captured? That's the question. Okay, let's see if it's going to remove the text, because we like it. May be the graphic, we absolutely love the graphic. I think it looks fantastic, very strong graphic there. We might just want to remove the text, which, remember, when we create the prompt, you can always go into the prompt and you can say remove all the text, but keep the graphic, keep the background like it's a template, a plain template that we can now use the advanced editor and add the text. Now, what has it done? Yes, it's gone ahead and it's given us the text. It's removed the text for us. Now, there will be a slight distortion. So what I'm going to do is, if I go back to my dashboard, okay, I go back to that image and let's see what we can do. Okay. So there's so many ways around this, but sometimes I know, because there's so many possibilities. Like, where do there's so much you can do with it. So with this, let's just say here's the gentleman here. I take the prompt. Actually, I just say regenerate. Okay, and I use edit prompt with AI. Okay, remove all the text from the image, from this image, edit. So what I'm hoping, I want to recreate that image, but I want it without text. Now, you don't have to, but it's another way. Just think, if you were doing this for yourself or even a client, you could make stacks of ready-made templates ready to go that you could sell in bulk, that all they have to do is put text on it. Okay, you've already got all of these creatives done. They just need text. So you can actually essentially sell this to multiple customers within the same niche or same industry. Okay, so this one, let's see the man's gaze. Okay, no text. Let's have a let's go for it. Let's see what comes up, and we go 16:9 and generate. And we'll give that a few moments to go. And you can see here's another one that we created, and you can see that they're really nice, clean and professional. Remember, everything in there we can alter the text, we can make changes. Don't think that it's just stuck on just making a mirror. We can actually edit and alter anything that we want. Okay. And you can see these are some of the other ones that I was creating. No Codes AI agents, some really beautiful graphics, and let me actually show you something. So some of these that I was creating. Okay, so it starts off original. Okay, can you see she has a yellow and yellow cap and a yellow hoodie? I thought, why not change it where we have a different female but with a red hat and yellow jumper? So we can adjust, we can change things like in painting, but the AI will allow us to do that. Okay. Oh, check this out. This has come out brilliant. And now with this one, we are ready to go. We can go head over to the advanced AI image designer. Yes. So this is a really good point. Like Reed said, easy customizable. You can essentially have ready to go templates that can be sold in bulk, and the instructions are for the end user. All they have to do is add their text to the graphic. Now, with this, if I want, again, I can come to the upscaler. I can improve on the image to get it even higher clarity, a better, a better, more clarity in the image, much more deeper and much better in a sense. Okay. Or I'll tell you another way. What you could do if you wanted to. I'm not going to do it now. And you can see the sharpness now. You can see the distinct difference now in the image. Can everyone see that? Like, this is really high quality stuff. Now, I want you to imagine. So, quick question. Do I get it right that we can search for inspiration in any YouTube video on the topic we are interested in? Yes, that is correct. You can find any YouTube video, simply copy the URL, come back to Artistly and paste it within the AI design agents. Within YouTube, you can post the YouTube URL directly, and it'll extract the thumbnail, and it will essentially, it's like mirror magic, but it's direct. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so just imagine this. Here's another thing. You know, we're creating banners now. Okay, so thumbnails essentially, or banners. This could you could adjust the resolution, the size, the dimensions of this, right? And you could simply come to the settings. You can adjust the dimensions and make it as a banner for any kind of social media site, a Facebook header banner, you know, your blog, Instagram. It doesn't matter. Now, here's the key thing, because even sometimes we actually miss what's in front of us. Now, with this image, guess what you can do? Face swap. Just imagine if you were creating this image, okay? You could essentially create an image of either your own face or maybe a client's face. So now you can even further enhance and personalize a graphic for personal or client needs. And I think it's awesome. You know, it takes it one step further. So if can I find something? Let me see if I can find a picture. So drag and drop, face swap. Let's see what will come up. And remember, if you have multiple faces, you can actually do this with more than one face. Okay? And check this out. Now, come on. How cool is that? To take the level of creating a banner, essentially, you can create the banner, use it for any the creative for any purpose you want, either personal, client, and then not only that, you can actually then make a thumbnail from it. Now we can obviously add the text. Now we've got the graphic. Hey, look, if I want to upscale it, if I want to improve, because obviously it's incorporated my image in there, I can go ahead and make sure that the AI understands it, it refines it, and makes it the best possible and the best resolution that it can. So, having said that, is everybody with me so far? And you can see, look, now it has cleaned it up and made it more tidy. Now I can take the text. I can add text here like so. If you can't read it, we can enlarge it. We can make it something a bit more apparent, white, something that's going to make it easier to read. There we go. We got, what did he have? Okay, so free. Let's just say somebody said, you know, free. Just to make it easier, I can just simply duplicate, come across to keep the same font, free cash. Okay. Or yeah, let's just keep it like that. And then if I want to make those changes, yes, I can add something into the back. Let's go for that. Let's see what we can do. Okay. So we go to this, put the layer on like that, come back, move it backwards, and it'll pop a little bit better. Okay. And then we could do the same for the other side. The same process, just to make it easy. Okay. Put a shape block under it and the text on top. Yeah, there you can see we can arrange it. We can have this. We can duplicate this one. We can put that to the back as well. This one, free cash, and we can model what he did on his one. And then obviously, if you want to put your logo, client wants to put a logo on there, a bit more text like click now, subscribe, whatever it may be. It's really, really simple. Okay. So Having said that, a couple of more key things that I will mention, that if you are going to create your banner or your thumbnail, essentially, remember, if you want to sculpt it more and you want to go advanced level, you can do in painting. We can essentially go and we can, remove the beard if we want. If we wanted to put glasses on our subject, if we really want to carve out the character onto a whole nother level, we could do all of the stuff, but obviously do one thing at a time. Like so, we want to put a hat on him. If we want to make it into such a unique mascot or character, we can do all of that. If you want to remove the background, you can, etc., etc. Now, if I go to the media library, you'll see now it's there as well. And these are some other great examples that I did. Now, whilst I'm here, I'm just going to show you something because I think it's important whilst we're here. Now, if you're creating banners or thumbnails, essentially, or ads, remember we have a template section. Really, really important to mention this because sometimes it gets missed, especially with all these amazing updates that are coming in. Okay, so you've got social media built-in templates, as some of you may be aware. But remember, we have the thumbnail template section. Check these out. Look how amazing these look. Okay, so confirm here. Check these out. Okay, I'm just going to slightly zoom out. Okay, scroll across there. You can see. Can you see that? These are ready to go. Essentially, just come in. We can do mirror magic. We can do the text extraction. We can rechange stuff. I mean, there's so much choice. I mean, this is high level stuff that would cost you a fortune if you were to design it yourself. But what's more important is that you can actually not only do it for desktop, but we have other versions of it that will be applicable to other social media websites like mobile, etc., etc. So if I want to use this as a base template, generate image, and it will recreate it ready for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. Okay, so within the advanced AI section, we actually have a done for you section of templates. And I know there's so much within this app, it may get missed, or you may have missed it, not knowing that it's got a dedicated thumbnail section. Okay, so here we have 3 viral AI shorts. Okay, and everything, remember, we can use the extractor, we can get the text, we can use object remover if we want, we can remove anything that we don't want. Okay, even the text we can remove, and we can use it as a template, and we can stack up and have everything ready to go. Okay, remember, just come to the thumbnail section. You'll see there's a whole library of them, or you can search them specifically. Okay. And these are some really beautiful high-level designs. They're not just some tacky things that have been put together. You can see just how powerful this is. So when you select the template, scroll down, you'll see the prompt section here. This is where the magic happens. So any text that you see here, we can come within the prompt section and we can make those adjustments as necessary, and that will then reflect on your generated image that you create. Now, let me know. So yeah, when extracting text, can it keep the font for the style for the next text? So yeah, unfortunately at the moment it's limited in the text styles, but this is something we are looking into. So yeah, you may have a discrepancy in the text that you see on the screen. So I completely agree with you, but we have a huge selection, but there's a great selection of text in the meantime. But as long as the key design is there and you find a really good similar style font, it should work very, very well. So thank you for raising that. So let me know in the chat box, is everybody with me so far? Is this making sense? Can you see the power of this? Just the ability now of making thumbnails inexpensively, rapidly, and with ease. Not only can you create them, we can use Mirror Magic, and also how we can make those further advanced edits using the advanced AI editor tool, where we can customize even the subject, the person in there. We can use face swap. We can change the scope or the aspect ratio. We can use face swapper. We can add the text background. We can basically customize it. It's there's unlimited capabilities with this. Okay, James, great session, but mind blowing, so much going on. Yeah, I 100%. I know there is so much in there. So can you add URL to the thumbnail so the client can go straight to the website? So this is let me just understand this. So if you have a thumbnail now, the thumbnail, if it's on a website, as an example. Okay, not YouTube won't work like that. So, but if you have the thumbnail, the image in a blog site or some kind of as a piece of content, let's say it was on a website, one-page website. Say you use click sites as an example, and you put it on click sites or some kind of blog site using, Medium or blog or whatever it may be. Once you put the thumbnail or the header on the image or on the site, you can actually make any media. Essentially, you can embed a URL within that graphic or that piece of content, making it clickable. So if someone does click the graphic, it can then redirect them to any destination that you instruct it to. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. So yeah, but that's a really good question, and I think we'll definitely look into that. But you have to bear in mind that every social media platform has its own respective aspect ratio. So it's always good to when you're on a platform, just go straight to their FAQs, and they will give the specifics of the dimensions that you require, because it's always changing, unfortunately. And then once you do that, you can actually put it into even the settings here on the advanced section, or you can incorporate that in the fast section. Can you show the face swap again? Of course I can. Of course. So let's say if I have face swap, say as an example, there's a graphic here. Okay, let me see. I don't know. Maybe I had another one that was quite funny. But anyway, let's just say we went to. Okay, let's use this guy, even though it's a little bit angled different, but I'm going to go for it. Okay, so if I want to use face swap within the advanced section, okay, just imagine this is my graphic. This is my thumbnail. This is what I'm using. I come to the icon at the top. Okay, make sure you click the image first so it's highlighted. Otherwise, it won't be detective. And then you select face swapper. Select face swapper. Now, believe it or not, you can actually have more than one face. So what I need to do ideally, let me see if I can find a graphic that has more than one face. Okay, let's have a look if we have more than one face. Yes, we do. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit funny. So here, can you see these subjects here? So what I'm going to do, you got all. So this is based on a fitness channel. I don't know if anyone. It's called and Toli or something like that, where he just he's a power lifter, but he makes professionals look weak. So that's modeled from him. So I'm just going to quickly improve the human photos. Okay, I want best clarity. I want the best of the best of the best. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once that's done, you'll see there'll be a beautiful difference here. You can see the quality of it. And this was a thumbnail of his, believe it or not. So now I want to go to face swapper. Now you have the option of doing a single face swapper, but you also have the powerful feature of doing multiple faces, believe it or not. Okay. So if I select multiple faces and I say detect faces, the AI will go ahead and detect as many faces as possible. Whatever's in the frame, if it's there, it will try its best to detect it. And guess what's going to happen now? We can change any of those faces and swap it with any of our own. Okay, so I'm going to go for face number 1. And what I need to do, if I upload from device, let me see if I can find something on my computer. Let's have a look. So you won't be, it won't pop up on your screen. But I'm going and finding a face. Like I found one. Okay, I've got one. Now you can see one has been done. I'm going to do number 3. Okay, let's do number 3. Actually, you know what? Let's make this funny and I'll do all of them my own face. Okay, just to show you, the comedy side of it all. But you'll also note that this is quite important as well. It just shows you the power of it. And again, having multiple characters, having your face could be another great pattern interrupt. Okay, so I insert into the editor. And check this out, everyone. These are all my faces. Okay, subject 1 and subject 3. Okay. Now, with my thumbnail, if I want, I can further do extras. Let's just go and test this out. So let's say, okay, baseball, or let's just say hat. Okay, generate. Yeah, you certainly can. If you have a character and you've done, you can remove the background, you can insert that character into any frame, and you can tailor make anything that you want. Okay, so yes, you can, Anthony. Hopefully that answers your question. So check this out now, everybody. I've got now a hat. If I want, I can add glasses, add myself a big long beard, a gold chain, maybe some red shoes. I could change the color of the weight, so I can customize it. Now, this is so. I just want you to think from a standpoint of a designer. You can make these very you can make these tweaks and refinements for personal projects or your client projects. You can make these additions very, very easily just by using the AI to do this all for you. So you can create the design, you bring it over here, and we can change the faces. We can do one face, we can do multiple face swaps, etc., etc. So I hope that does answer your question. And just to double check, Mitzi, hopefully that answers your question with that live demonstration. So thank you very much for asking that. And just to quickly just double check, remember we have all of these. These are for ads as well. It's the same principle. Let me actually leave this. Okay, let's refresh that. Let's go into ads. Remember, we can create ads, advertisements. We have that in templates. And I'm going to show you another more powerful way, okay, as well. So here we have another template. Okay. So all of this stuff that we can do that within Artistically. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard because I want to show you now. I'm going to kind of segue also into ads and how you can do this, but this will be another powerful way. So now we've looked at thumbnails. You can easily go into YouTube and do children's stories. Let's just do one more, and then I'm gonna go straight into ads. Just as I guess the final part of thumbnails. I go straight into the AI design agents. I go to YouTube thumbnails. I go to add YouTube URL, or I can upload my own image. Or if you have the thumbnail already and you want to re-engineer it, you can go to the Perfect Text and Hands Designer. Go to create with prompt and use mirror magic. You can drag and drop your thumbnail if you already have it. Okay, so you're covered in all respects. Or you could go to the advanced AI image designer, and it's the same process over there with mirror magic. Now, coming back to this AI design agents, we'll do this very last thumbnail, and then we'll move on to the ad section of it. I select get thumbnail. I have my consistent characters here. Graphic looks nice. I'm now going to generate the prompt, and I'm going to allow Artistically to reverse engineer the graphic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and recreate it for our own projects or videos. And there we go. That's done. We're going to go ahead and do 16 by 19 because it's perfect for desktop, for YouTube. I select generate thumbnail. And whilst that's processing, you don't have to, but I always like to do this because you will also have unlimited ability to do this. I can actually create another version, and I can change lighting. I can make all these slight additions, etc., etc. Okay, so I know it can be a little bit overwhelming, but with the recording as you go through, as long as we try to cover this as clearly, slowly as possible, so you fully understand that it's a very powerful addition. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think a great place would be definitely the tutorials. And as Artistically keeps evolving and new updates come, we will try our best to continuously update those tutorials as well. So, Mitzi, yes, we will definitely have a look at this shortly. I'll show you. So, remember we had this consistent character one. This is the last one. We can see we've got two versions, and they are very beautiful, and the texts are on point. Can everyone see that? So we're ready to go. Remember, everything can be customized: the text, the images, the background, the color, the character, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to ads, okay, when we're looking at ads, Artistically, the advanced AI image designer will have templates already. Now, if you are somebody that wants to run ads for your own products, services, or maybe for a client, what's the best thing that you can do to create an ad? Okay, so one place you can go is over to Facebook. Okay, Facebook is one place. So you don't have to. I'm just giving you an example. So Facebook have something called the facebook.com. It's the ads library. Okay, you can just Google this and it'll take you directly in there. Now, why am I showing you this? Because you can come and you can see what the competition is doing or what other people are doing in your niche, within your category, and you can see what ads they're running because they're running ads because it's making them money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be having active ads. Yes, see what works, and you can use mirror magic, right? Perfect. So in this example, let's have a look. We've got Marvel. Okay, that's one aspect. Just say if you're in the movie or entertainment industry, that's one thing. Here's another one that I had earlier on. This one is for Burger King. Just imagine you're in the food or the health, leisure industry. We have other graphics as well. Okay. Now there are some really interesting graphics here. Like check this one out here, right? Okay, there's another long one. So if I want, I could save that image, etc., etc. And let's have a look at one more. Adobe's another good one because they do designs. You can have a look at all of their ads. Okay, and the point here is you can see what people are doing and what are they spending their money on in terms of design. Some of these are videos, but in terms of the images now. So if I go here and I select see ad details, it's going to give me better graphics for me to look at. And I can right click these and I can actually save the image as, okay? You can take these images and you can save as, okay? And then you can use them in Artistly, which I want to show you right now. So I go to perfect text to image, okay? And then what I do, I go to create from prompt. I select mirror magic and I'm going to try some examples and let's see what we get. So this one is from Adobe, okay? So I describe it. It's going to reverse engineer that particular ad. And remember everything here we can change if we want. I'm going to select use prompt. I can go here and I can change the text, edit the text. That's completely up to me, or I can actually just make those changes myself. Now, I'm going to keep a copy of this, all right? And I just simply go ahead and let's say for an ad, let's go 4x3 and generate image, okay? But I could also do 1x1. Okay, I can go back to perfect text and I can make other versions of it because I have the prompt now. I don't need to worry about anything else. I can do, let's have a look. Four by three. I think we just literally did that. But anyway, I'll do a long form one, okay? Generate. This one would be like so essentially it's in the shape of a mobile, but like a banner ad, okay? And check this out. Can you see how it's created that? Now remember, with the advanced editor, we can make changes. We can change all of this stuff around. Remember, with the prompt, we can make those edits. We can change the text. We can make our own, but we're remodeling what's already working and working really well. And check this out. There's another one. And that was the original here. Okay. Let's quickly show you. Here we go. See that? It's a very small image, but we can see there's the little tiger there. We'll choose a preset style. Coming back here, choose a style preset. And remember, this is a longer form version. And look how amazing that looks. Now tell me, have I really done any work here? Okay. So real estate industry, somebody's asked. Okay, I will definitely go into the real estate industry. But it just allows you to explore and enjoy. Now, this is another fun one, I think. I'm going to come here and guess what? Can everyone guess what this is? Let me know in the chat box. Can everybody see? Can you guess what this is going to be? Okay, we go for 16 and generate. So yes, Reed, you've hit the nail on the head. You can be inspired by multi-billion. Well, it's $1 billion industry, isn't it? When it comes to fast food, so these multi-million-dollar marketing companies, you could model what they're paying tens of thousands of dollars on in terms of designers for that one graphic. Yeah, very, very close. Yeah, we got tacos in the house. So I just want you to think the power of this. This is built by Adobe, right? And check this out. I just like look how I mean it's shocking. This one is for Burger King. Now, if I want, I can remove. Remember, we can do object removal. We could replace items or graphics from our client that might have a fast food joint or a food establishment, and we can just use it as a base template and rechange any of the text. Okay, we can make those additions and make it our own. But this is from Burger King itself. I've taken it off their ads and I've recreated their own ads. And look, even Coca-Cola, the insignia, the logo, okay, it's bang on. So Sandra's saying I'm part of M&M. Yes, you can do. It's the same thing. You can actually go and do research. And if you have your, like, just imagine when you're doing multi-level marketing, obviously I'm not giving you financial advice or any kind of legal advice, whatever it may be. See what the competition are doing. There'll always be a group or a leader or people that are getting success. See what ads they're running. What posts are they creating? What content are they generating? And then you can model the exact content. Okay. So yeah, our Ulrich saying, yeah, just make sure, so well done that we get hungry by looking at it. Yep. You got a tiger there as well. So let me just quickly double check. So, okay. Now, yes, real estate. That was another one that popped up. So we just simply come here. We can do the whole world if we want. We'll do all countries. We come here. We can do all ads. Let's type in real estate, if I can spell. And there we go. Okay, we've got different companies or real estates. But remember, if you have specific clients or companies that work in the area, there's nothing stopping you from selecting them specifically. You can find out what they're running because you know they're running stuff because it's generating their money. Now, here we have some beautiful graphics that they're clearly running. So I'm going to go to this one here, see ad details. And you can see this is what they're doing. This is obviously in Dubai that they're running. So this image itself, and you won't be able to see this, but I'm literally dragging and dropping it onto my desktop. I'm not even saving it. I'm literally holding it down with my cursor, right click it, and I'm dragging it directly onto my desktop. And I come to create with prompt. I go to Mirror Magic and I drag and drop, and hey presto, without clicking buttons or any of that headache, I simply drag and drop it. It's uploaded to Artistically. And guess what? We are now good to go. We go ahead and select use prompt. And just make sure you keep a cover. Okay. And we go ahead and let's make this. What kind of size was it? Let's have a look. Where is it gone? Okay, it was quite a long form, wasn't it? So let's go for a nice. Yeah, we go for 9x16. And we come back. Let's do another one whilst we're waiting, just so we have more ammunition. And we'll make this slightly different aspect ratio, generate. And we'll do another one. But this time what we'll do a 16:9. And as we're waiting, we'll do another one. You might be thinking, we're going all out, but we are. Because we, obviously, with Artistically allow you to do that, where we can create different versions and see which ones we like the best, okay? And check this out. Look at that, okay? That's the original. And this is our version. So remember, we can go in the advanced section. We can actually remove that. We can impose our own graphic. We can change any of the text. But it just shows the power of it, that we have a base template to work from. We can model anything using the power of Mirror Magic. So it's a really powerful feature. Okay. And the other reason I wanted to show you all the ability, the dimensions. So you can see we can cater for different dimensions. I mean, I can keep going on. We can create different sizes. And let's do another one. Let's do So just to show how, and it's obviously telling me to calm down because I'm going so fast, but we want to move. We don't have any time to waste. We need to get the party started. 2x3 generate image, and you can see such a beautiful design. It's obviously incorporated. It's reverse engineered it, and remember, doctor, chiropractor, any professional job, organization, employment, company, roofers, electrician, golfer, sports, health, wealth, health. Well, obviously health and fitness. We've got the childcare. We've got the entertainment industry, children industry, adult industry, story industry. It covers literally everyone and anyone. Okay. And we can see some more versions. So is everyone really are you pleased so far with what we covered? Has this been enjoyable? Is this do you think there has been a lot of moments of eye-opening moments essentially? So because I've tried to keep this nice and succinct so we can cover it and we're straight to the point. Okay, now just to very subtly touch on this, okay? This is, I won't go in too much detail, but yes, you're saying, let me see, you're saying that university companies that work for Beckham can also work for, of course. I want everyone to understand this really critical point. If you're creating graphics that billion-dollar corporations are using, million-dollar companies are using, okay, you're modeling what they're spending for tens of thousands of dollars. You have to understand the perceived value when you're working with, small to medium-sized companies. They will recognize that. You can actually show examples of these billion-dollar companies using the same graphics similar to what you're creating. So you're bringing graphics that are high in quality, that over-deliver, but with the low price tag. Does that make sense? You're essentially putting yourself in a position, equal footing for presenting yourself as a designer that's making designs on par with other designers that are making designs worth tens of thousands of dollars, but you're giving them such a fraction of the cost, and it will be a complete no-brainer. Really, really important point. Very critical point. And remember, every thumbnail that you create, nothing is stopping you from creating a thumbnail and creating another version in the advanced AI image designer and removing all the text. Okay? So let me say that again. So when I create one version, like if I'm happy, like I'm going to use this right here, I will go into the advanced AI image designer and I will remove all the text and leave it as a blank template. Because I can repurpose that and I can sell that. Okay? I can go sell that to someone else in the industry and say, hey, look, I've got some templates. Here's a stack. Here's a library. Here's a huge vault of ready-made templates that just need text, and I can show you how. Okay, and you can show them, maybe you give them a tutorial video on how they can add their own text on it. So it can be repurposed by as many customers as possible as a digital product. Yes, and then you can also add them as concepts as well. You can watermark them. You go back into the advanced AI image designer, you put your branding across it and keep them as watermarks. Okay, so there may be customers that like that concept that you posted in your portfolio, and they're like, yeah, I want that. So you go into that template, you do the face swap on the picture, and you add the text what they require. So again, a key point. Repurposing. Okay, and then you've got things. This is a little bit. This might I don't want to go outside what we were discussing, but there's something called PLR. Okay, private label rights, where people will create content of their own, and they'll actually sell the rights for others to use it. Okay, so that you can make a stack of 10 different templates. You sell the rights for someone else to use all of that. And there's something called master resale rights, which is known as MMR, where not only can you sell the rights for someone else to use it, but you're selling the rights also for them to resell it themselves. So that could be an upsell. But anyway, I don't want to complicate things. But remember, there's so many different avenues for you to be deploying with this. And you could easily, just by being intuitive, working extra hard. Okay, remember one key ingredients that everyone seems to forget. Not obviously not you, but I'm just saying generally because it applies to me as well. You just need to make sure that we have all of the tools. You have everything at your disposal. You just have to work harder than everybody else because everybody else is out there, and it's a dog eat dog world. Unfortunately, people out there are trying to do more than you, so you have to ensure you are doing more than them. So this could be the case that you reach out to YouTube. In terms of when I mean YouTube, go to YouTube channels that are congruent in the industry, right? In your niche or any channel, it doesn't matter. Reach out, send them messages, do cold email them, send them messages. Hey, I do design for thumbnails. I would love to work and do thumbnails for you. I'm willing to do the next 5 for free. And then they can put your retainers if they like your work and you're consistent and you're able to do batches of 10, 20 in advance. So yeah, I work $500 a month or maybe $100 for a batch of 5. Contact people, Facebook. Okay, you can go to Facebook groups. And another key thing is Instagram. Go to people on Instagram with channels. Ask them, reach out. Say, I can do your reel thumbnails. I can do thumbnail for your reels. Again, YouTube Shorts. Go to TikTok channels. Think of anything and everything you can do. These are the most easiest ways that you could find paying customers right now that are willing to get thumbnails from you. Because I promise you, these very people are on places like Fiverr, on Freelancer, on places like Upwork, paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for thumbnails. And then they're negotiating for those very thumbnails and saying, look, I would love for someone to do a batch of 10, 20 thumbnails for this. This is my budget. I've got 10, 20 thumbnails. Can you do them? Because by doing them one by one, it's going to cost more. But by doing them as a batch, it works out more cost effective. But you're now coming in saying, look, every month you're going to have about 25 videos, 10 videos. Put me on a retainer. Charge me $200 every single month, and I will get those done for you. Or cap it off at 50 thumbnails, and then every additional thumbnail that they do over 25, then you can charge them another batch of 25, right? And the moment they come and they give you the list of their headlines or whatever their titles are, and they could say you are the we're going to leave you with the creative design element. All you do, just do a little bit of research, who they are, what niche they're in, go find their competitors and start modeling by taking their URL, going to the design agents and modeling thumbnails. You could get this done within a couple of hours. So easy. I mean, I hope you can see the power of this by just doing a bit of research and then just doing a bit of elbow grease. You can make this really, really work and powerful for not only yourself, but for clients. So even if you wanted to do this yourself, create training on the very fact of the steps that you're taking. That's essentially a case study. So you could actually create a case study on how you're able to get Artistly, and then using this feature of reaching out, getting a client and making sales. Now, this is another great way of linking into the Artistly affiliate program that is also at your disposal. If you're interested about that, there'll be more information. I'm sure we'll put a link somewhere as well. With the Artistly affiliate program, you can generate 40% commission. So if you're using this and you're behind this and you see the power of this, there will be other people that are going to be buying regardless. Whether you make a review or not, there are people that are interested in buying Artistly. Why wouldn't you be the one that they come through first, your review content, and they make that informed decision that they're going to buy, and they buy from you, and then you get the commissions for doing so? A really simple way. So thumbnail, you now know how to create a thumbnail. If you need to make a banner ad or a thumbnail for a reel or a YouTube short or Instagram or a TikTok video, you have all of that stuff under your belt now. Do not be limited in any way. And look, I'll be very honest with you. I'm going to tell you a secret, which you already know. Just trust me when I say this. Go into places like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any alternative and get it to act like your personal assistant. Like I really mean this. Ask it, instruct it, say this, explain to it. Now, if you want to save more time, enable audio mode. Use your microphone, speak to it. This sounds really weird. It really does sound weird. But explain to it what your goal is and work with it to understand the prompt that you're trying to generate. Say, this is my intention. This is what I'm doing. This is what my goal is. And it'll even assist you in trying to create a structure of your financial goal. What are your challenges? What are your obstacles? Okay, you have Artistly. What is your goal in achieving your financial goal by using Artistly? What can I use it for? Explain, copy and paste all the features from the sales page. It will give you a breakdown. Okay, it's talking about, creating thumbnails. How can we create thumbnails as a business, as a service? How can you create graphics or ads as a service? How can you use the face swapping section as a service? How can you use the art illustrator as a service? Whether it's a digital products, whether it's e-commerce products. I mean, there's so much. Yes, you are going to get overwhelmed. So when I talk about ChatGPT, a free resource, it will help you narrow down your focus so you can focus on one thing until successful. Okay, the acronym for focus itself is focus on one course until successful. Okay, so by doing this, it will give you a structured list of exactly what you need to do, the steps that you need to do, and how you need to do it, and how much time you need to invest on every single day, whilst doing those other things like reaching out, doing cold contact, etc. In order to, and it will calculate even the time that you need, how much, what tools you may need along as well, and you can ask it free tools, your finance. It will encompass everything. It will encapsulate the entire conversation. It'll help you break down your target. Okay, all of these tools are there for you. Use them smart. You're very smart people. We just now need to leverage everything, and we need to weaponize everything for our own gain. Okay, so Christine is saying I have a name for mine, and she does great work for me. Okay, yeah, ChatGPT is called Fred and does everything for me. So yes, 100%. Nimrod said this training is scary good. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. So just think how much you will be earning in Fiverr. So this is another key thing I want to mention. Do not limit yourself to Fiverr. Even if you go to Google or ChatGPT, say, I want Fiverr alternatives. Sign up to 10 of them, 20 of them. Go make accounts on 10, 20 of those sites. Doesn't matter. Go generate sales. Go get clients. When you start generating sales, go back to Fiverr, go back to Freelancer, People for Work, whatever it may be. Go hire a virtual assistant. Go hire somebody to take those tasks away from you. Hire someone using the profit of the money generated, and then build up and scale up your business. Okay, and use ChatGPT to enable that process to help you scale up at a pace that is controlled and within reason and limit. Okay, so that way you're making more money, but you can reinvest that money in hiring more staff gradually, step by step, so it's manageable. And then that more staff can take on more work, and that workload can be managed effectively, where you can retire yourself and let other people run it for you. Okay, so then you can even then later on hire a project manager and let that project manager micromanage all of the people that within your team. Right. So I know it can be a lot. All of this stuff, it can be overwhelming, but it's just a case of, look, I won't go too much into it now, because I think we've got pretty deep with it. But I hope my intention, as you know, every time we come on these sessions, I just want to give you pure value. This is stuff that, as you know, people charge a lot of money for. This is generally typically in masterminds and trainings and high level training, stuff like that. But for us, for me as well, I'm passionate. I want to make sure that I can give you everything and anything that's going to help you in your journey. And as you know, we don't say get your wallet out here. So I hope you use that as you will, and it's completely up to what you do with it. Now, just to finally touch on this, I'm just going to show you this. Okay, so Talking Photos is another great place that you can come in and you can actually use this in your marketing tools, in your materials. You can create videos. If I go to create videos, whether it's a human video, 2D or 3D video, or animal video, singing, dancing videos. Now, why these are great, if I go to new character, I can create the prompt, and then I can do face swap with any image that I have of myself, or maybe my client, or something that I've created in Artistly itself. Now, why is this relevant? So in your marketing campaigns for your personal projects or client projects, you can create animated talking videos with voiceovers and even audio tracks and etc., because it will allow you even to record the audio directly, or you can use text to speech. Okay, so here's some examples. I won't go too much into this. If you have this, there's tutorials on this, but I'll just give you a short overview just to give you an example. Now, I made a website and I call it my website welcome video, explaining who I am, what my services are, what I'm selling. Now, This gentleman here is actually, and I use face swap and I superimpose my picture. You can see he's a professional gentleman in a nice suit with a George Clooney look. And he explains with a voiceover, there is audio there, and I can put a music track, which I haven't. Okay, number one. So you can make professional looking spokespeople, male or female, with subtitles if we choose for our personal client projects or even for our marketing campaigns. Okay, very, very important. You can see everything can be done. Remember, we have the power now of Artistly, where we can actually have custom graphics, custom characters that we're using. We can bring in, or we can have talking photos do that. Now, another key thing is, believe it or not, remember stuff like we have storybooks and videos. Okay, so storybooks and videos. Okay, we have storybooks and videos. Okay, so yes. Okay, now we got these cartoon characters. Okay, this worked well with our flipbooks. Now just imagine using storybooks and videos, we can get our stories animated. How amazing would that be? So I'm not going to go through them, but I just want to show you the snippet and the power of this, how we can go above and beyond. And check, here are some that I made earlier. Now, this is Video Express. This will allow us to go into the media library. Okay, I'm not going to go too much in this because this is also under an update at the moment where it's going to even have more features. But check this out. I've got a story. Do you remember when we go into Artistly, we can create a storybook with a flip book? Okay, where's it gone? Kid storybook. So we can create a storybook, flip book. Here's some past ones that we've done. Okay. And if I now go to my flip books, I just want you to imagine if we create a storybook or a flip book, etc., etc. Now, if I take this story, okay, and check this out. This is a singing all dancing video. So you can now create not only animated stories, but this can be great for ads. You can embed these videos, put them in YouTube, TikTok. You can sell them as a storybook, a video storybook. So I'll delete that one. And here you can see this is taken directly from Artistly, where I can take the image itself and I can create this into an animated boy. So how would I do that? I simply come to create with AI and I would have to go to image to video. Okay, so I'll take the image, we select, we get our little boy here, we choose it, and then we can generate the video. Okay, so let's go for, yeah, let's just video length booster. Yeah, let's go for that. And it'll actually take our mock-up or the child that I took from my Artistly account, and I can post it here, and we are now good to go. Okay, that will be churning out. We'll wait for that to come, but I just want to show you how we can use both hand in hand. And whilst I'm letting that cook away in the oven, I'll show you the other one. So I can even take this one. Okay, this is the one I had in Talking Photos. And why is this important now? Because I can now take my editing to the next level and become a professional editor. So here I take my, I can take the image, I can add text animations, lower thirds, just simply by clicking away. I select it, I do next, I can change the name on there, the coloring of it, and then I simply go to add a timeline. Okay, now this is the key here. If I want to add it, I just make sure I add a track above and I just place it just on top, make it exactly where I want. And even with this here, just to make sure, resize and move, I can place it anywhere on the screen. So now my videos are becoming so professional. You'll think this guy has a video marketing team behind his belt. Right? I'm just giving you a snippet. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but even I play with stuff like this because normally I use Camtasia. It's, you've got to love this stuff, isn't it? You just have to love this stuff. So we're just going to wait for that little kid to be cooked in the oven. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but typically it's very, very quick. So let me see. And we've got different animals. There's loads of different stuff that you can add. So I don't think it'll be done yet. When it gets done, we'll know about it. But let me just yes, there you can see Your generation of AI video has been successfully completed. Let me just make sure I refresh. Let's have a look. Video. Let's see. Where does he go? Let me just double check because it should be this one. Preview. No, it's not him. Okay, let me just remove this one. It should be there. No, okay. Where is he hiding? Oh, my media. Maybe I put him. There we go. Okay. Let's have a quick look. And check this out, okay? Small snippet, but we can have him animated if we want. We can do further things. We can change him. We can have him talk. Let me show you an example. If I had this guy, is he gonna? And here we go. This guy, can you see the backgrounds moving? There'll be more different versions where you can make this more professional. Yep, and this one we can see he's clearly now talking. Okay. So just to clarify, you don't need talking photos or Video Express. You can actually use one or the other. I'm just saying if you already have these apps, these will go hand in hand. It complements everything. It just allows you even more services for your products and gives you that power under your belt. But even talking photos itself, it will allow you to make snippets of videos, and you can merge them all together into stories. You can add subtitles, add watermarks, replace backgrounds. It does so much more. Okay, so it's got a whole host of stuff there. Okay, so the intention, keep this nice, short, and sweet, just so everybody is following, and it's more enjoyable that way. Just let me know. Has everybody enjoyed today's session? Then, as we now come to a close, please do let me know. And what I'll do, I'll put the link for the review. If anybody wants to kindly give a review, it would be absolutely amazing. Secondly, artistly.ai/affiliates. If you want to go ahead and sign up as an affiliate, you've had all the training, so you technically are ready now. Okay. So there's so many more features to come. I'm not going to go through what they are right now, but I promise you they are coming. There's so many updates just to make this even better for every single one of you out there. Okay. So make sure if you're watching this now, subscribe, hit the like button, put a nice comment if you enjoyed today. Would you like more style of sessions like this where we try to keep things shorter and more precise? Okay, instead of we expand and we do sometimes. Yeah, I'll admit sometimes we can get off track because so many questions come through and then you go on one side, then you go on the other side. So we'll try to keep it nice, short, and succinct where we can make this even much better. So thank you very much for every single one of you. Hope you've enjoyed today. And yeah, make sure you leave a comment in the group as well. If you had a great time, let me know before when I do go, just put in the comments, what's the one thing that you enjoyed about today's session? Maybe it could be something that you learned. Okay. Just let us know that one thing. And maybe if there's enough feedback about that one thing, we could actually talk about it more in depth if there's a consensus that everybody really enjoyed that topic. Okay, so definitely do let us know. Okay, and also if you're watching this and you haven't got access to Artistly, I'm sure the team will be very kind enough to put the Artistly link on the screen at your discretion if you want to go and review Artistly and see if it's something that you're interested in. So definitely do head over and have a look. Okay, so apart from that, everyone, thank you very much, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, take care. Bye everyone.